Hello, everybody. Um, Still under the weather. Still trying to find time, but I'm getting there. Well, yesterday, or last couple of days, as you know, I'm working on the new patch. My gameplay is a little bit janky. I'm going to try and make it a bit more what you call it. But the problem is, my SRV might be slightly messed up. And if you remember, on the Polaris, I had some stolen gear on the ship from other people, which was, well, it's not stolen, but I want to show you it can all be sold here. That box is big, isn't it? But remember, I do perma death of a spaceman. And by the way, for you guys, the Samsung Galaxy XR will be on English soil roughly about the 14th of next month. And check out the price, including VAT. £1,500. And guess what it's got? It's got 5-year warranty. You heard right. 5-year manufacturer's warranty. And I'm trying to think who I'm going to come. Well, I've done so much research on Pimax, so I'm going to use them as an example to their 1 year. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got HDR, OLED.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
You heard right. But one thing most of all, the field of view isn't 109. It's 118. But you've got to take the mask off and use a special fiber optic cloth so it doesn't mess up with your skin. And if you, one thing I've been told, you have to get the controllers, but I want it for the finger controlling. I wasn't wrong about the Pimax or them sets in the wrong, and I'm not wrong about this. But why am I getting this over the Pimax? One, Star Citizen is not a sit-down game. Alright? It's fully immersion. The Pimax, it has got a lab mode, which is not proven yet, of 160 frames, but standard 90. Same as the Crystal. Same as the Samsung. It's got Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi 7. But if you connect it directly to your motherboard with Wi-Fi 7, it's down to almost 10 milliseconds. Look at my game at the moment. Okay, at 60 frames per second, that's 17. I can go longer than that, but give me an idea. The latest is not that bad. But the problem is, right, which you need to understand. These smaller companies, yeah, Pimax is a small company. They need all the publicity they can get. Nothing wrong with that. But the content creators, right, to get these headsets, they have to pick them up. So it's not all true at the end of the day. Alright? So basically, they're selling you something that might not be applicable to you at the end of the day. I bought my PC to do certain things. HDR, clarity, and everything was part of the subject. Alright? Pimax could do this, but they're not delivering it. They're not giving me HDR. You've seen what this is. This is HDR. Okay? They've got OLED. There's a heck of a lot of things. But what's only for me, the 5-year warranty. Did you know on a 5-year warranty, if something goes wrong, if you don't drop it or scratch it, they have to replace it. Refurbish or give you one of equivalent. Read the laws on the warranty.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
I am going to advertise the Samsung VR when I get it next month. I'm not saying it's better. Yes, it is better. Okay. I'm not saying it's better made, but for what I want of Star Citizens, it ticks the boxes. I want HDR. I want OLED. I want wireless streaming.
I'm sorry, that is an invalid request. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, that doesn't look good. I would have loved to have had the Pimax Crystal. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, guess what? Sylvan actually has met the Pimax Crystal team at last. And guess what? He's impressed with the Dream Air. I told him about the Dream Air many months ago. Hey, I didn't know Sylvan was so bloody tall, you know. Damn. But all them guys will forget me. But, like I said, I'm not usually wrong when it comes to hardware specs. This PC proves it. I would have loved to have got the Pimax because Toby is my #1 go-to. But I want the finger tracking.
Vehicle retrieval system.
I don't want it dated before it comes out. But when they told me it's 1,500 quid with all those features, I said, wow. Because really, it's supposed to be nearly 2,000 bloody quid if you got it abroad.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I'm a bit late, but I am going to be concentrating on the Pimax. I've got to get my PC ready because remember, AI is also a very strong feature for Star Citizens. I've had my PC a year now. And I'm so behind of advertising the stuff. But I need more RAM and it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Between 2 to 3 grand. If I can put 512 in there. Of RAM, it says 256 gigs on 2 sticks. But I know it's all to do with the ARM BIOS. But they say no, the processor's not going to let you do this. And the motherboard's not going to let you do that. But at the end of the day, It's all down to the programmers and how it's done in the BIOS. Going back over the years on what I know. And if you've been watching this game very carefully, you know I do Death of a Spaceman.
Welcome
Okay.
to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
How good is the game now? I'm not losing the ships. Okay. And there are some exciting stuff coming in the next patch, which I know about. But like I said, I've got to make money. A what? I don't believe it. The ship was destroyed.
Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah. That's because you see, I'm not paying attention to the game. I keep moving away, see, it's multitasking. What had happened, I called the ship, I moved around, and not followed the simple rules of respawning ships.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
But anyway, there was also another problem yesterday. That's the first time I've actually made no. I knew about that problem. I should have logged out and logged back in. I didn't. But the Apollo also, the SRV, there was also a problem on that. If you remember, the tractor beam. That's why I came here in the first place. But you see, when you're playing solo, it's hard. But it doesn't mean the game's broken. You just got to understand how to go about it. And I'm looking for a ship, the SRV, that's it. And I'm still looking for the SRV. So now I've got to start all over again. There it is. This ship had problems with the tractor beam.
To the following location.
Right, that's good. So basically, repair the ship, then bring the ship back to base, sink it in its hole, this hangar deck, and you get back the tractor beam. Oh, I forgot to mention, you know the Polaris tractor beam? It can tow. But you need 2 people. In a couple of days I'll be using this in the connection with the Polaris. I don't think it's going to make me the money that I need. The Polaris is a very expensive ship to run. The repairs alone on that ship is ridiculous. If you have to buy missiles or whatnot, it's ridiculous. And when I say it's ridiculous, I don't mean it's ridiculous as blah blah. It's right, it's balanced right. It's just that you've got to be logistically minded to understand things. But let's get back onto the Polaris for a minute while I'm waiting. As you know, just for hypothetically, the missiles 1212. The missiles are 500,000. Now, as you know, there isn't really any, and you fire out 2 missiles, that's 1 million. How long would it take you to get 2 missiles, 1 million in the game? A whole frigging day. But you can salvage the missiles on the Polaris. And it's got 28 of them. Now you're making money. I'm actually having a late breakfast today, actually. Oh, the coming shows is online there, yeah. I forgot to go back into chat there when I came back on. Well, I hope to get at least 4 hours of gameplay without disturbance. If the microphone's different to you guys, it's because I'm not on my original headset, okay? So there could be extra noises in the background. Just give me a second because there's a lot of light leakage in this house. 1 minute. I am eating my breakfast at the same time and I have got a late start today. But I am going to try and give you at least 5 hours worth of boring footage. Basically, I like to stream for hours. You go away, you come back, I'm still here. But it's about PC tech, what's in the game and what you need. Something there must be okay for somebody. There's a lot of things in this PC I've not even started to explain yet. Why do you need this? You don't need that. You don't have to spend this and whatnot. But my PC should have it all. Because this is what I wanted for me. But you know what I mean? The tech's so new, people don't even know what they're capable of doing. At the moment, I'm capped at 60 frames per second in 8K. Something's capping my stream. and I am streaming at 50 kilobits upload. I didn't say download, I said upload. I'm trying to think what I need before I take off, you see. I lost all the stuff here. And I'm having my breakfast. But I will be pushing the Samsung Galaxy XR. Okay. I do believe that's the next place forward for Star Citizens, and why? It's because it's got HDR in there. My equipment I bought by HDR. Alright? Pimax, remember, I'm not putting Pimax down, but I've done so much work on Pimax because that was the next headset I was going to get. Okay? So that's the best thing to put it down, because I know what I'm talking about where they're concerned, because Tobii eye tracking and all that lot. It doesn't mean say it's a bad set. Okay? It's just that Star Citizens is one step higher than that. Okay? Oh boy. Phone. Just give me a second, please. It's the guy who wants to buy the shop off me. Mark. I don't know how to mute your microphone, so I couldn't take the call. Yeah, as I was saying, and while I'm there ratcheting and talking, when it comes to Star Citizens, Tobii eye tracking, and also Pimax, in the last 4 or 5 years, that's where all my research has been. Okay? And there's not much I don't know about them all together. I've even mentioned people, recommended people, and now they're all interlinking. Okay? So the problem is, why am I not getting the Pimax? Alright. I have a problem with my eyesight. Okay? SDR does not work with my eyes when it comes to bright light. That's the main factor. Now, a lot of you people, if you remember when Star Citizens came out and they flashed their torches, you'll know where I'm coming from. Okay? Then came out OLED. OLED helps with the lighting. That's good. But that's not all. What about color coordinates? Color coordinates are the same. Bright lights and whatnot. First things first, OLED is about dimming black and white, which you already well know. But when it comes to color coordination and whatnot, remember the old TVs and the whatnot is SDR. HDR has millions of colors, but to the natural eye retina of the eye, so your eyes are not straining. Where SDR is like black and white dimmed. That is the problem. Okay? Now, with HDR, the lighting is basically, just get an object and put it in front of your TV. Alright? And the normal object will show true color and make out this TV screen is dark grey, black, or whatever you want to call it. That's the best way to explain it. Okay? Now if you look at the bottom there, I'm using HDR, not OLED. I got bleed over. On the WW, that's this here, with the mouses, that's bleed over, because the color coordinate is not being done properly. And to get rid of that, I have to turn HDR off. It's not as strong. That's because it's not color based. But if you notice, everything's a bit more greyed and washed out because you've lost half of the colours in the game. Now, whole HDR has been in for years, but nobody understands it. They think it's expensive. It's not. Star Citizens is HDR, but to run it, you need a high monitor, TV, internet, and content creation of streaming. But when you get HDR, OLED, all in one, them colours are outstanding. I'm trying to put my HDR back on, just give me a minute. Now when I first came into HDR, I got my head kicked in. CIG this and CIG that. I didn't know it was a big thing. I'm having problems here, 1 minute. All I knew is at the end of the day my eyes wouldn't work. I am waiting for my ship at the moment and I need things. So I'm just gabbing at the moment, okay? But anyway, like I said, Tobii eye tracking is part of Star Citizen's ecosystem. Okay, with the Tobii eye tracking. Now, the reason why I did not get the Pimax in the first place, because in the beginning, they wasn't using Tobii eye tracking, they was using some Chinese company. Okay, and it didn't work. And the PC specs wouldn't work. Well now, Pimax is now collaborating with Tobii. Wow, you've got it made now. Star Citizens uses Tobii eye tracking. Now everybody wants it. That's brilliant. Okay? It's got the best lighting and the best whatnot, but it let itself down. They've just released this generation of what's his name. They should have made sure they had HDR in there. Alright? Now, we've all heard about the flight sim guy and flight SS flight sim and blah blah. That is a sit down cockpit game. Star Citizen is not a sit down cockpit game. It's all this running about. So you need Wi-Fi. Yes, I heard what you said. The latency isn't there. It's not true. Wi-Fi 7 is now out. And Wi-Fi, if you get a motherboard, that's Wi-Fi 7, like what I've got, it cuts it down to at least 10 to 15 milliseconds. Okay, so you can still play Star Citizen and you've got the colours to go with it. I'm in 8K at the moment. I can go 16K graphics. But we're talking about the difference in the quality of Star Citizens and what is forward future. Remember, I know it's all about Pimax, but remember, Pimax was my wish to go to list. There's nothing wrong with it. I am just ahead of tech. Alright? Star Citizen is not a sit-down cockpit game. You'll be doing all this running around, okay, wireless. You cannot do it with an umbilical cord attached to your head, alright? That's one thing. Secondly, when I came into the game 7 years ago, alright, and I was touching the dials on the cockpit screen, you would get the animation where they would be touching all them dials on the screen. This is not much, but I'm going to give you an idea. You see the mouse?
Systems activated.
The mouse moves around, so you can turn things on.
Engines on.
Well, Pimax is not user friendly in that department. It does it If it's activated, it's not user friendly. But the Pimax Crystal is user friendly. So instead of you using the mouse to be moving this like a touchscreen, you're going to be using your hands, your fingers, and you'll be saying, well, I want to turn this on.
Weapons off.
You just move the mouse in it and it will do it. That will force CIG to put the hand movements back into the game they took out many years back to give you a true immersion. Okay? That's the number one aspect. So about the music. Now, well, Pimax does this, yes. But by the time it does, the Pimax will be, whoa, that is too loud. By the time Pimax gets it ready, the equipment will be old. Okay? And you're going to want a new set because that's what you bought it for. It's cost 3 times the amount. But you can use it now with the crystal. I bet my last dollar you can use it with the crystal. Alright? So now you've got finger tracking to operate these dials as if it was a mouse with a simple script. You've now got the color. You now got Wi-Fi so you can run around. You know what I mean? And the thing about it, it's cheaper than the Pimax. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm not saying that the Pimax or this is a better build. I'm talking about functionality. Okay? And secondly, a 5-year warranty. You can't go wrong. I'm not saying that Samsung Galaxy is a better equipment. It's got, for you guys who can't do programming, it's going to have the AI technology, which you are going to need for Star Citizen, because CIG hasn't said it. No, they haven't got the programmers at the moment to do that, what they call it. So it's all down to you as an individual. PCs, the whole lot. 2 years ago, I said to on my stream, I said, the year 2025 is when Star Citizens is going to take off. It wasn't about the programming, it was about the PC tech that will be online with Star Citizens. And this is now. And I'm proving that right now with my system. But let's talk about VR. VR at the end of the day. A lot of people's eating their hats because I've said things, and guess what? Sylvan there now. I saw him on stream talking to the Pimax official. I tried to get him involved with Jennifer a few months back. I also told him about the Dream Air being light. I wasn't wrong. It's a brilliant set. But Pimax needs to put HDR in there. They need to bring in Wi-Fi because Star Citizens at the end of the day is not a sit-down game like Flight Simulator 2023. It's a full hands-on immersion keep fit game with haptic gloves. But remember, CIG is slow in bringing these things in because of the staff that they've got working for them. But if we've got people like me and people like you, people like Sylvan, yeah, and whatnot, you can make it happen. Because more heads is better than one. I can't speak the Queen's English, but somebody comes and sees my idea, they go tell their friends. It travels by word of mouth. Okay? I am waiting for my ship to be respawned. That is why I'm just gathering at the moment with Polaris. Okay? Now, who remembers about DLSS and frame generation and all that kind of things? When I bought my 1080 Ti 7 years ago, the 20 Ti had just come out. Okay? With frame generation and DLSS. But CIG, I might pronounce the wording wrong, but bear with me. They've only just started using it in the last couple of years. Okay? That's how slow CIG is on their stuff. But now they're forced to use it because we want it. They want the performance and everything else to go with it. So now they're putting it in. They're slow in coming out with it, but it's working. I got Vulkan in this. You can't see it. I can film at 300 frames per second, but you can't see it. Because at the end of the day, it goes by word of mouth. But one thing when it comes to PC tech, if you're not careful, people will sell you their boxes and it's too big for you. Sorry, that's my broken English. You know where I'm coming from. Because it's not what you need at the end of the day. They will sell you what you've got, but it's not what you need. That is what you call a sales ploy. The Pimax is the best system out there, but they are using old tech now. Okay, you need HDR, you need Wi-Fi. We're not playing FS2000. This is not that sort of a game. So I think I can say, well, I'm just going to be sitting down. No, because you got Portal. When I get my system, if I don't break things in the house, I will show you what the Pimax can do. They will put it in because they are number one. And with them now getting involved with Tobii eye tracking, and now with Star Citizens, the three major leading companies at the end of the day, they will be breaking limits. But they also need to understand the PC technology behind it. Yeah, there isn't many PC that can do what my PC can do. Oh, I got a 4090 Ti. Oh, I've got a 990 Pro this, and I've got no. It's all technology. Okay, Intel. Okay, with the NPU, right motherboard, with that laptop processor in there. You're not spending £3,000, £4,000 on graphic cards. There's a heck of a lot of things. Oh my word. So, huh? Yeah. Right. Is the mic back on now? Is it? Can you hear it coming through on there? All right. Yeah, sorry about that. It's business call. Yeah, at the moment I am promoting what we need in Star Citizens. Okay. It's not about trolling. It might be the way I'm explaining it. All right. The Pimax is a brilliant set. All right, but it will be dated because of the color optics in the game, and for what it's worth and how long you're going to be having it for. Is it what you want? Remember, I can sell you my boxes and you're going to wear it and find out I don't want to wear them boxes. It's smell. You know the score. I'm just being funny. It's my sense of humor. Okay. The Pimax is the best headset because they listen to what people want, but they're slow on development at the end of the day. And with them now working with CIG, okay, and Tobii, it's a full complete package. But Pimax need HDR and they have to go wireless, all right? And without that package, It's not going to be complete. Okay? And believe it or not, CIG will be going AI. Basically, I call it a talking doll. You want information to do with Star Citizens. You want to know where this is. You want to know where that is. You know what I mean? You want to be able to talk into your PC and it can give you the information. Okay? All them kind of things. It's all coming into Star Citizens. It will come in. But it's got to be us to show these things. I'm one person. I can't do all these things. But I can give ideas at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So the only way I can do this, okay, without being held back, I have to move off now from Pimax and I have to use the Samsung Galaxy XR. Well, why not the Sony? The Sony's the same price. Technically, it's not as good. It's Wi-Fi 6. The Wi-Fi and a couple things in there, but it's got. I don't want to go into it. It's just too much at the end of the day. But with the Samsung Galaxy, right, at 1,500 quid, okay, £175 for the fingers. This is in the UK. It's a steal. And guess what? It's been out 6 months already. It will come down even more to nearly 1,000 quid. Because remember, Samsung don't keep on their stuff for that long, so they sell their stuff and then they come out with the next generation and the prices come down ridiculously. You can buy 2 for the price of 1, but it's not about the cost at the end of the day, it's about the functionality. All right. Oh, 1 second, someone's saying something. 1 minute. Good game, so exciting to watch. So I'm waiting for my ship there to spawn. Okay. Hey, AI is there anyway to do navigate. Sorry, you have to bear with me because the text is so small there. I can't see your name. I'll just call you 5444. Okay. Hey, AI is there anyway to do with navigation travelers, but your ship is on fire again. No, it's not. Okay, have you tried squirting a extinguisher when... Oh, I think you must be talking about one of my previous... What's his name? No, because you can turn off life support. I'm getting into all of that in the next patch. I'm still learning engineering, so bear with me. I can't fly around the ship and chat technical at the end of the day, okay? And something went wrong with the ship here at Grim Hex, and that's why I'm sat here scratching with pina colada. But let me see if it's out now. 1 minute. Yesterday I was supposed to be showing modulating shields, but I tried to cover everything, okay, and I am on for hours. And I know you guys want to see ships flying and whatnot. But don't forget, everybody's done all them things already. Where's my ship on fire? The ship's not on fire. What's the frame rate? Let me cap everything. Redundancy on the graphics that needs turning down. Yeah, VSync's on. I don't recommend using VSync, but my PC is a very powerful PC. Make sure it doesn't go over 60. Basically, I've turned down my processor and my RAM from 9,000 megahertz, 9,200 megahertz to 8,600 megahertz, I think. And I think it's at it's 120. Yeah, it's at 120 frames per second. Remember, I'm in 8K, not 4K. Do something interesting. I'm doing something interesting. I'm talking to you. Let me see if the ship's ready.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
But if you're watching me, I must be really boring, innit? There we
Your
go.
insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
And to set this ship up again, it's not a 5-minute job. I got to lock all the doors, I got to do this, and I got to do all of that. How could I have lost my ship?
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
You're not boring at all. What do you mean? You can speak for yourself. When I start talking, people fall asleep. If they don't die of boredom first. Now, it's my sense of humor, mate. Don't take it personal. I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing with myself. You're not here. Anyway, what do you think about the graphics in 8K? And it's fully maxed out. Try unplugging it and plugging it back in. I don't know what you meant by that. I've got to find somewhere making this bigger actually, because I'm really struggling to see you. Thanks, mate. So you don't need glasses then to see the quality. But anyway, that's what I was saying to you before about Star Citizens and Pimax and the Samsung Galaxy XR. We are in the age of HDR now, okay? And like I said, this system is above the Call of Duty. I'm not just using standard fiber optic. I can't get numbers. Basically, I am streaming upload at 55 kilobits per second, not the standard 10 kilobits. And it wasn't easy getting this. Not where I live anyway. Right, the first things I need to do, because remember I'm putting the SRV in this ship, so I've got to go into the engineering room and open the top hatch. And that's secondly, we're going to do permadeath, alright? And I have got string snipers on there. And with the ship open, you know what's going to happen. So I've got to lock all the doors. That should take me 5 to 10 minutes because it's a little bit janky at the moment, okay? I've turned off the eye tracking at the moment. Just a big don't think I've got eye tracking. My eye tracking works. Well, it doesn't work. It does work. I'm going to turn it off again. You see? Now, before I go any further, we're all talking about eye tracking. I am on a 75-inch stream and I'm sat 1 meter. Do I need a VR system? Exactly. You know what I mean? You don't. So why are you getting it then? I want bragging rights, okay? But no, seriously, you do need certain things anyway. Let's get this started. But it took me months to program this because people have motion sickness, and as you know, most people they're doing content creating, it's all like that. Your brain just, you know where I'm coming from, all right? I'm trying my best to stop talking, okay? Oh, wrong way. You want to see where you're walking. You don't want to be having headaches. You don't want to be bumps in the, you know what I mean? You don't want all that shit. Right, now my bed's spawned. Now remember, I don't know everybody's play abilities, and mine is not that good. It just means I've not got a brain. I don't want to die. I do perma death. When somebody sees these ships, the first thing they know is you've set your spawn point. They will clear your spawn point and they will shoot your backside. Alright? All these doors will be locked. So when they come in from the top, they're going to have to go back out the way they come. And remember, they are uninvited guests. The point of defense will shoot down their ships. How are they going to get out? Okay. That's the type of game I play. But I've got to go back and sort these doors out. Like I say, it's a bit janky at the moment. Okay, so you have to bear with me. I first started doing this when it first came out in the PTU, and now they're just starting to advertise it. But like I said, there's a lot to it than that. Just let me just sort all these out. Oh. Now I'm going to open the doors. And then I'm going to lock it. Remember this, because you don't want to be touching that again when you lock it. Right, that is now locked. But it don't stop there. Because remember, when these pirates break into your ship, they can still work around the ship and they will run to the cockpit, they will shoot your ass, they will disconnect the bed so you can't go in there. So you've got to lock all these doors. Alright? There's the lock screen there, says it here. And the same with this one here too. Like I said, it's janky. It's now locked. Please bear with me, because like I said, it's tedious. It's locked. There's one more. And now that's locked. Right, so if someone now breaks into your ship, they can't go anywhere. Well, they can, because you've got the lifts. Okay, but I'm leaving them open for a reason. But it's also got, you mentioned fire control. There's also got life support in there. You can stop the air. So that means if you go in there, you're gonna have to have a spacesuit. Now I've got to find which one it is now for that one. Rooms. Right, as you can see now I'm on for the rooms. Now I'm going to switch up the life support. And I can't confirm if this is not working yet, because I don't, every time I go in the game I forget about it, but I know the principle of the idea. I'm having trouble activating it. Ah, got it at last. There it's, oh, right, okay. It's off. I hope you remember. Now, remember now, if a stowaway comes on your ship, if the game is working properly, apart from Pyro that is, they will get a crime stat. And guess what? Because they've boarded your ship illegally, if their ship is anywhere near your ship, the point of defense will blow their ship up, as long as it's not as big as a freelancer. That is the principal concept of the idea. But remember, at the moment, I've got these ramps here, okay, which is still active. I've not taken off the life support on there. I'll just do one door. Just one door building, I can find it. I think this is the door. Right, so remember now, there's only one lift working. It should only be that one. Now, I know what you're going to be saying. Well, suppose you go in there, you can't get out. Well, if you got in there by your ship, you make sure you unlock the door before you get in there, unless you got two people. Alright? And remember, you've got the same problem with your medical bed. They will turn off the medical bed. Alright? And you've got to have a good engineer at the end of the day that know where things are. But let's go one step further there now. Okay? How much did that ship? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Good question. I've had it so bloody long. I had it when it first came out. Was it 650 when it first came out? That's how long I've had it. Okay. And I did theory crafting on this ship like I do on all my ships when they were in concept and what I was going to do with it. So when it came out, I knew what I was doing. Okay. But anyway, let's just move on from here. Okay. Just let me show you at the end of the day where I'm coming from. And I know there's people in there that's going to nitpick. The problem is, did they think of the idea? No, they didn't. Okay. Now, if I've done this right. Oh, I haven't. Shit. I've got to go back and find it again. So which ones did I lock off then? Something's not working. Right, you see, like I said, it's nippy. And I'm not going out until I've done it, because remember, I do perma death. And if I don't do these things, they will kill me and I'm going to have to do it all again. This works for a start, I know that works. As you can see, it's not active. CIG will clean this up, okay? They have got no choice because it's part of the engineering equipment. But I've got to do it. I have to do it. I've got no choice. Because the type of game I play, I'm a streamer at the end of the day. And you do have stream snipers. And to set this up, it is better to take the 10 minutes needed. Open door. Watch the door open. You see? Close it. Lock it. Do the same thing with that one. Oh, it's on this side. Open it. Close it. Lock it. Now this one. Open it. Careful, I'm messing with the wrong door here. Open it. Close it. Lock it. And the last one. And you can see it's working because the lock's on there. Look carefully. You see the locks are on there, so those are now locked. But I want to get back to one of these doors here on the lift, which I was talking about earlier. Oh, those are the hangar doors. Those are the wrong doors. Those doors will come out later. It's these doors I want to work on. I have to do it. Sorry about that. I have to do it because I say when I'm out in space, I don't have a choice. Ah, that's it. Right, it's now locked. The problem is, I don't know if I've interfered with the hangar doors, but that should be now locked at the end of it. I've left the other one open on purpose. No, I know you called me a wanker. No, remember, people smoke, people drink, people go out, people take mortgages. All right. So those are what people do at the end of the day. I like playing computer games. This is my hobby. This is my enjoyment. You can never tell a man how to spend his money, because when a man tells you how to spend your money, you will be offended. I know you didn't mean nothing by it, but I'm a lot older than you at the end of the day, and I can afford, because I do certain things in a certain way. This is my pleasure. This is my enjoyment. And I enjoy what I do at the end of the day. And I would sit down there and I'll carry on showing you all this. It's like when you've got something, you buy a flashy car, or you've got a nice girlfriend, you want to show the bitch off. You see where I'm coming from? Think about it. Don't follow other people. It's learnt behaviour. It's not needed. Okay? As you can see, back to this now. I could have read it wrong because I can't see properly, but don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, I've spent nearly £50,000 on this game. Okay, if not more. And it has. I spent nearly over 50,000 on this game in the 14 years I've been playing this game. And you know something? The game hasn't cost me a penny. Alright? So I must have some brain behind me. I've just built this PC for £6,000 and I'm spending about 8,000 and it hasn't cost me a penny. Alright? It's cost me nothing. I'm not a bank robber. I don't go out. But I've learned one thing: what you save is what you spend, and what you spend is what you save. Okay? I won't go into all because it's about Star Citizens at the end of the day. But anyway, let's get back into this, okay? As you can see, you can't get in there at all. All doors are now locked. So I can hear noise in the background, so I'm being distracted again. So if you hear noise in the background, please bear with me, because there are some rude people in this house. Yeah, I know, it's been what they call it. Wowza. You see, that's my reading ability. I don't read very well, plus it's wrong. So if I've offended you, please don't be offended. I'm not apologising. The only time I apologise is when I step on your toe and it says, ow! Then I'll say sorry, and guess what? I'll step on your toe again. I like to take the piss. But like I said, I don't read very well. It's my dyslexia, okay? But at least I took the time to explain at the end of the day. Now, as you can see, you can't get into the hangar bay. Oh, look, I'm not going to get into that. Exactly. You see, when someone goes on your ship, they don't know all these things. And don't forget, they might see this now. I've got my ship on there for days, weeks, months. They won't know all of this. Guess what? They're going to backspace. Look, you can't get in there. Look, it's locked. Exactly. This would piss people off. At least you live to tell the tale. Your ship is now a maze. Alright? And by the time he works his way out, his ship is shot to bits. He can't get back out. He's going to die. Guess what? Life support is being shut down. This is engineering at another level. It will be a few months before everybody will know this. Okay? This is the only access. This is the... I've got to sort this out actually. Let me see if I'm not locked it off. 1 minute. Yeah. Right. So when you're talking about ships with all these doors on there, you wish to God you never had them. You see, I'm in here. Okay? By the time he works things out, but that door will normally be locked. But there are other ways around these things. He can't get out. he's trapped. And because he's not learnt the game properly, what's the first thing he's going to do? He's going to backspace. Alright? He will backspace. And he will kill himself. But don't think it don't end there. You can rob his ass. You can strip his backside and then toss him out into space, his body. 3 credits. Okay? You see, there's so much to the game. But if you listen to the wrong people, you get nowhere. You say, the game's not exciting and boring. Well, now you're glued to the bloody set now. I don't know if my sound's working. Anyway, as you can see, he's technically trapped. And if the life support wasn't working, he will suffocate sooner or later. Okay? You need a damn good engineer that knows the ship. He will never come at your ship again. He's trapped. And this is what it's all about. But you can't learn the ship in 10 minutes. It takes weeks, it takes months. Okay? But at least you've got an idea now on what you can do in the game. There's tons of things. I need to get my eyes sorted. All these ships you see I've got here, I bought these ships for a reason, including the Javelin. But like I says, when I got the Icarus, this ship here, I bought it for a reason. And I'm not selling it. But at the moment, it's the only ship I can use. The Javelin, I've not bought it for combat. I bought it for a place of sanctuary. Okay? You're not going to blow that ship up so easily. Okay? You're going to need the fortress above that ship so you can run around the burst all day. You're not going to die so easy. But like I said, sometimes I'm speaking so fast I don't read so well. The wording comes out wrong and it upset people. It's not meant in that way. Okay? And now I've got to buy all the gear, my fire extinguisher and all that. And you'll say, well, look, I come to watch the burning. I just lost my ship an hour ago. It takes me days to set my ship up. It's called prep. You've not seen my FA Lightning. You've not seen my sucker punches. You've not seen my tachyon beams. And how can I do this? I don't play the game for 20 minutes a day. I play for 18 hours a day. I'm retired and I enjoy what I do. It's my hobby. But sometimes when I'm coming out with things, it sounds offensive. It's not meant that way. It's my backward speech.
Launch complete.
Just give me a minute. Now remember, because the hangar door is open, you must leave your shields on the ship you're bringing in there. Because if them guys have got ballistics, they're going to shoot up the ship. Remember, I am watching this on a 75-inch monitor and I got Tobii eye tracking. Okay? And I'm doing this in 8K. I do Death of a Spaceman, I do roleplay, connecting roleplays, and this game is not a 5-minute game. But the good thing is persistence is in the game now. You can log out and come back. I only get upset when the phone calls keep ringing. Pepper, come do this. I'm busy. They don't see it. All they see is, I'm playing a stupid arcade. No, I've been doing this for years. I enjoy what I do. I didn't say I was the best. I just like to do what I can at my abilities. But the point is, at the end of the day, there's something there for everybody. I do PC tech the whole lot. But to find the right person to work with you isn't easy. We all get offended. And it's not meant that way. I should know. You don't go into a brand new car and run into a brick wall and claim on the insurance. Throttle all the way back. Engine off.
Engines off.
Okay. Right. As I said, you must keep your shields on the ship because remember you got ballistics that can go, well, you can shoot through ballistics stupidly. Well, you know what I mean, lasers. Alright? Remember what I said? Because I played the way I play, you got string snipers. You've got to be able to protect yourself. It's tedious, but for the person who's breaking on your ship, trust me, he will be pissed off. Oh, the door's not working. Oh, the door's not working. Oh, I've got to fix that. Shit, it's going to mess with my ship. It can't fit. 1 minute. Oh. Wait a minute. I've got to close back the doors quick. 1 minute. That ship now needs repair. Oh boy, here we go. It's not my day today. My ship blows up, my doors don't open, and it's like I'm talking through my friggin' ass. The only way out of this ship is through that ship there. But I'm going to fix that in a minute, okay? The only way I can fix that there now I haven't turned these off, by the way, because it's still part of the hangar. How am I going to get back upstairs? Remember, the only way back up is not that door. It's locked. Can you see? He can't open it. He's going to have to go all the way back down. But I left one open on purpose. But I've got to go back to the engine bay. Okay, remember you can do the same thing with your medical bay and all them sort of things. But you really need to learn your ship. Because when these people break in there, they're taking what you've got. And you're saying to me, Pepper, I didn't come here to see all this bullshit. My ships last weeks because of these prepping, but I've got to sort out my doors. I think I've damaged that. I hope not. Which one is it? I don't know which one it is. That's it. Now it's locked. But I'm afraid my SRV is damaged. But just to prove to you guys, but you already know, you've seen on all them other channels that you can fly in there. But one thing you don't know, when you're in space, if CIT has put the life support in there, what's he going to do for food? He has to die. He will never break into another ship again. Anyway, I came out with it wrong there. You see, I thought that said something. I can see, wow, oh, SCR, wowza. How much did it cost? I cannot see the text, but you see, I'm reading from my laptop, and the laptop's on the other side of the room. It's really, really far. Right. And I've got people talking in the background with the headphones. I really can't hear them. So then it stresses me out then, you see. Because I am actually 80% deaf with these headphones. Don't think it's not worth it on these doors. If you're a solo pilot, everything counts. I usually prep my ships off stream. Because remember, I do perma death and I'm on all day, and I do have string snipers. But I'm not bothered because at the same time they do something, I have to find a workaround. Remember, I'm checking the door. Oh, it's still not fixed. Yes, it is. It's not. It is. So as you can see, the only way he has got to get off the ship, he has to go into the cargo bay. And all the cargo bays in the same way will be locked. Okay? They all will be locked, including the doors. But I'm not going to go through all of that. I think you get the main gist of the idea. These are all locked. They are all locked. They are all locked. They are all locked. Okay? And you don't want to turn up the side supports in here. Okay? But you can do it. All depends. Right, okay. Let's check this door now. Because I made a mess with this door before. And you see, I've not got a repair tool on me. This is stupid. I need a repair tool. Ah! I've got a repair tool. Brilliant. Now the ship I usually travel with is a Vulture. The Salvation was the right ship I wanted that could have fitted in here. With the Ox, not the Ox. No, it's not the Ox, it's the... Well, anyway, and still do cargo run. It's a home away from home. But now they've got engineering in the game. As a solo pilot, you do have extra protection now. Alright? And new content creators, you've got extra protection. You don't need to be crying to CIG and get people to delete their accounts, because if you can't play the game, you shouldn't be in the game. Okay? You have to learn the game before you advertise the game, because you want to make money from it. So you got to pay your way out. If you want somebody else in the game, you've got to get credits. You have to pay them. It's part of the strategy of the game. Think about it as in real life. You get nothing in this world for nothing. But the point is, too many people complaining and they've frigged up the game. I've been playing this game 8 years. I hope I've not pissed nobody off. Right, now let's prep my ship.
Welcome to Robert Smith Industries. Enjoy the work. System check.
Ah, there is one more other thing on this ship that's going to blow your socks on. I've got modulating shields on this ship. Okay? It gives off high emissions because it uses more ship's power. But it recharges 4 times quicker. Look at the shields on the left hand side there now. and how they are recharging. All right. Look how quick they're recharging. They are at 400%. This will drop to about 225, but these shields will recharge a lot quicker. This will stay at 80%. Okay. But it will not go below 80%. And while that's always on full charge, while this is on full charge and this gets hit, this will recharge 4 times quicker, making it virtually impossible. You know where I'm coming from, because they're recharging very quick. Okay, that is modulating shield, passive shielding. But at the end of the day, it all depends on how powerful your PC is and how effective this is. I've been doing all these 8 years and whatnot. People try to mimic it, but if you don't understand number crunching, it's not as effective. Okay, this has only got 1 shield. How many shields has the Polaris got? How many shields has them size 3 shields got? All them kind of things. But I'm going to modulate the shields and show you what I mean. Right, you ready? I'm not going to shoot up my own ship, okay? Well, I can do. I have to get another ship and shit. No, I'm not going to shoot it because I don't want the point of defense shooting at my own ship. Ready? Watch. Trust me, you might not be able to see it, but those shields are recharging at a ridiculous rate. It's unbelievable. The only protection these have not got is against ballistics, but the shields will not go down so easy. But I'm not finished working on those shields at the moment. You can mimic it, but if you don't understand the mathematical equation, your shields will dip. My shields are running at 120 pips load, what you call it. But if you check the emissions, where is it? Let's see what we can do on here. I'm going to stop the shields now. Look at, if these are still working how it's supposed to be, the power settings should go down. Okay. Let them recharge properly. See, I don't understand what CIG's done. I've got to check all their power settings. Okay. They broke it again. By rights, because the shields are constantly recharging, the emissions are supposed to go up because of the excessive power. They broke it. It's all a balance. I'm getting free power there now. Okay, I'm not going to complain. What's happened there is because I'm changing screens. Got to recharge them back.
You will continue to
You're gonna have people say they don't work, it does work, okay? I've been doing it for years. I used to drive people mad. People thought I was cheating. No, it's not. At the end of the day, it's all down to your intelligence, as long as you're not interfering with the mechanics of the game. You must remember, you don't interfere with the mechanics of the game, the programming or whatnot. It's okay to do, what's the word they use? Macros and things like that, and scripting, depending within limitations. Hi there, what's the name? Arcade. Sorry, my eyes are a bit bad today on the small texts, okay? So if I say something insulting, like you've dropped your pants, just remember, I've got squint eye, I can't see. Just laugh at me and just say I'm an idiot, okay? We all understand how sucker punches work.
Thank you.
But I've not told you about the tachyon beams. The tachyon beams can shoot through shields. They've got splash. And you can take them off your Banu Defender and put them on these ships. And they do work.
Collision alert. Front.
That's the pulsating of the modulating shields. I can fly around here and not worry too much. Because sometimes when sound's not working and someone's shooting and your shield's gone down, you don't know.
Collision alert. Front.
I still have to work on them key bindings. Where are we gonna go? Okay, let's work it out. Oh, let me just check my shields first. Contracts. Salvage. Oh, they've gone up. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Salvage. They've changed all this now, haven't they? You used to be able to get some serious money. You don't get nothing on those no more. I actually need a, what do you call it? This would be good if I had the reclaimer. Because I could use the voltage to store it out of the area so it can be cleaned up. But I don't want to do that today. And I've not got I have got a reclaimer. So let's pick something a bit more simple. Andromeda. We did the Argo mode yesterday. What is wrong with this? I want to pick something decent. The Misc and Salvation Rights. No, I don't want that. The A2. That might have cargo on it. I hope I've done it right. You love your reclaimer. I only have one problem with that. CIG have to sort them shields out. It's a bloody good ship. It's a cap ship. The shields are not supposed to die just like that. But then you actually, you can make money in that. You can make money. But when it comes to connecting roleplay, well, then again, like I said, if you know about persistent, you can, you know what? Okay, I tell you what, no, it's going to be too long for today. Bring in 2 ships and use them persistent. Because my ship is not properly set up properly yet. And I've lost where I am now. Map, contract. Huh? Where is it? Why didn't it do it close? Oh, it's one of them stupid things, isn't it? I don't think I've got all the gear on the ship that I need.
Shields are off.
Oh, by the way, I'm on all day. You don't have to sit here and watch me chat rubbish all day. Just click just do a subscribe so when I'm there, you know I'm online. so you know to come and get what you want, and you can flip forward and backwards. I will, when I get time, do timestamps. That will be all done by AI.
Auto drive is now on.
I'm usually on. Oh, my thing's not on. 1 minute. My settings are really turned down at the moment, okay? I have my reasons. I can't afford the electric bill. Star Citizen is one of the most expensive games. I don't think it's the ships when you buy them for £3,000. This PC can run 1 kilowatt an hour, and if you're playing for 14 hours a day, that's 14 kilowatts. This game burns more than my electric car. And if you want to know how much is a kilowatt, well, as you know, electric heater burns 1 kilowatt an hour. Oh, is that out? Yeah, that is how expensive it is to run Star Citizens. But it can be regulated. Okay. Has this ship got cargo?
Shields are on.
Is it V? I don't do looting in Stanton. Okay, I don't do it. I do it in Pyro. But this is actually supposed to be about using the SRV. And that's what this ship is equipped for, the SRV. If I was going to be doing looting like this, I wouldn't have the SRV. I wouldn't have no ship in the hangar bay at all. CIG said they've increased the scanning range on this. See, believe it or not, as big as this ship is, for salvage, it's actually too small. The Idris is the best ship for this. But anyway, but not on about that at the moment. I'm not supposed to be doing all this. Oh, wait a minute. It's got cargo. Well, like I says, this is what I want. Now, the problem is, if I did not have this ship on here, the cargo would actually go in that cargo bay there. It would take half the time. But because the ship is in here there now, it's pointless. I remember what I was saying before, because this ship's there locked, I'm at risk here at the moment on this particular thing. Why? Because the cargo lifts, you can get into the hangar bay. But I don't need to worry because, like I says, there are different ways of working things out. He won't know to go straight to the hangar bay because he can go straight to the cargo bay. All these I've not done for ages. Usually I never leave my ship. Not for love nor money. I've not done this, I don't even know the proper positionings. Do I have to shoot the doors? I don't know anything. So I'm going to play it safe. Engines off. They have no threat. I usually do use a tractor beam to do all this. But I usually do in the cargo bay, the hangar bay itself. But remember, you need to work out what you're going to be doing in the next patch. Because if CIG's giving a government wipe, that means starting again from scratch. You need the basic roles to get whatever you need. If it means renting ships, do it. The Polaris is actually, even for solo players, as long as you're not doing combat, it is too small for this type of game. The Idris is the best for this. It's a friggin' brilliant transporter. But you must know your ship. You just don't jump in there and fly. You don't jump in there and fly. Oh, this has got guns. These would be good for the Aegis in the next pack. Wow, wow. Size, oh my word. You see, the reason why I'm jumping up for joy, because I've not done this in a long time. See, my petty cash is 20 million because that's how much it cost me to run these cap ships. You don't want to run out of money, okay? You really, really don't. I hope it's not too close, please. Oh, they've changed things. And you see, when I'm doing salvage, trust me, I don't even need the skin on the bloody chicken, okay? Not even the carcass, I take every damn thing. And I know what you're thinking, there's no point taking the weapons because they're not worth nothing because you're thinking about selling. We've got rearm, refuel, and repair coming in the next patch or the patch after. You're not going to be able to afford to buy these components. Okay? In some cases, a smash and grab. Remember, I do permadeath, so I'm not on a suicide mission. Exciting, yeah, but that is not the way the game will be played. And if you guys don't want to play the game, don't play it. Because at the end of the day, if you play recklessly when the game's finished, you're going to be running into the bank to take money out just to play the game. CIGM told you this. One thing CIGM told you, don't think you'll be able to keep your ships. If you can sell ships, if you bought these ships, they can be blown up, they can be taken away. And I'm a fool. As this guy just said, 750 quid, and then they can just take the ship away? Yeah. You can still buy them back. You've got insurance and all them kind of things. Yeah, it's part of the roleplay, but at the end of the day, remember this game is a simulator. There's things in there. CIG's only just change things because people who doesn't understand the game won't play it. So CIG's give false economy and it's freaked up the game. So no one needs to work out their brain. When I came in the game, all we had was Tessa and the armor Starfarer. What made me laugh, just like you, I was a newbie. I'm saying to people, how do you play the game? The man took out his shotgun and shot me and never asked the question again. I learned from that minute. And then I started going around shooting people, and guess what? I had the mafia after me. That's why I'm called a fugitive. I don't shoot people, no, I just use my brain. I make sure I got a damn strong ship, and I've got everything, and I've got credits. And I've got all the cap ships for my roleplay. If I want a small ship, not a problem. The big ships will buy the small ships. I bought the whole E just to have the whole C and all them ships. Whole C you can't even use. And you want to know which is going to be the best ship in the game? The whole B. Apart from the Ox, that comes in next month. Any more cargo on this ship? Now these components are all size 3s. I can take the fuses. To skin this ship properly, it'll take too long, okay? I'll be coming back for the guns because they're going on the Idris. Remember, I'm working out gameplay for the next patch, but I'll have no money. Don't forget, buying them guns are cheap, they're not. And learn these missions because each mission has its merits. And you can store your weapons on top of these ships. I'll tell you what, I'll just get one and show you. Big, dirty, stinking size 7 boat croppers. I don't like those weapons. Or is it going to make me look stupid now, are they? Okay. Well, you can store weapons on top of there. These guns are big. Not much spacing, is there? Hi, Oza. I love lumpy. Oh gosh. These guns will go on the Polaris. Now remember, at the end of the day, to sell these weapons ain't worth crap. But you've got to buy the weapons, and that's when they are worth crap. Remember what I said to you earlier? It's not what you spend, it's what you save. It's what you save, it's what you can spend. This ship hasn't got no 5GR guns on it, has it? Wait a minute. Oh, I thought that was a point of defense for a minute. It's a fuel reserve. I'm supposed to be doing the SRV, not salvaging bloody ships. Didn't this used to have guns up here at one stage? I'm sure they did. And where are the missiles? I got to go in the ship to find them. Right, so how would you do that? Open up someone at the door? Just give me a minute, you guys, please. So I've just been stressed out with rubbish. So I've been of this lever. You can do it with this ship, but you're not supposed to have nothing in the hangar deck. And you can walk away with 2 million worth of assets. Now, I have two choices. Because persistence in the game, and I've not killed what they call it, I could go out and get the reclaimer out now. You know what I mean? You see, there's so many options. What's this? There's so many options. You know what I mean? But if you don't learn the role, you're only going to be stuck to what you know best. And sometimes there are better options. That comes on to exploration. Now, one time we got all these things on the ship. It's worth a heck of a lot of money. But they're not now because the economy's all messed up. The black market's all messed up. Because people are not logistically minded. And so there should be. This door, remember, it's locked. See? Big massive shootout's going to be happening there soon. Oh, by the way, you guys, I've got 6 SSDs in here. All right. 3 of them are Gen 5 in RAID 0. And those are the 9100 Pro. Repeat, this is what I said, in RAID 0 in Gen 5. 9100 Pro. You know how fast that is. Okay. I've also got another 3 990 Pro in RAID 0 in the Gen 4 slots. But what's unique about my RAID, it's not RAID 0. It is RAID 5. Now you know what RAID 5 means. Remember, there's 2 types of RAID. There's hardware RAID and there's software RAID. Hardware RAID is about speed. Software RAID is what's on Windows. You want hardware RAID. All motherboards have got them. Now, I got RAID 5. RAID 5 is 3 SSDs. Okay, so if you lose your data, the RAID 5 builds it back up. I don't use my RAID 5 for that. I built a RAID 5 with 100 megabytes. So I built my RAID 5 with 100 megabytes. Okay, and I've got RAID 0. Well, basically, I've got 3. We'll do 1 drive at a time. Okay, TD call talk. I've got 3 Samsung 9900 Pros in Gen 5. In RAID 0, that means they're all joined together and they are lightning fast. We all know the score. If you lose 1 drive, you lose all your data, which is true. Okay, and they're 2 terabytes each. All right, that's a total of 6 terabytes. Well, what I've done, I've taken 1 terabyte, where it's 500, but I'm going to keep the numbers simple. I've taken 1 terabyte and made that into RAID 0. So RAID 5. So as you know, with RAID 5, if your drive breaks down, the RAID 5 will repair that 3rd drive. I've got no data on that drive. It's just to repair the drive if it breaks down. But what I've done, I have put the RAID 0 on top of RAID drive. Remember, RAID 0 is 1 drive, and I've got RAID 5. Sorry, RAID 5 is 1 drive of 3 drives. Okay, and then you've got RAID 0 with the remainder of the 5 terabytes. That's in RAID 0 3 drive. RAID 0 is super fast, you know, for loading, reading, and writing. I put that on the top of RAID 5, sorry. So I've got RAID 0, blazing fast speeds, yes, over 60, but that's 45 gigabytes per second read and write. Okay, so if my RAID 0 breaks down, the RAID 5 will rebuild that drive back up, restoring the data that is on that RAID 0 so it doesn't break down. The only time you would lose your RAID 0 is if your drive gets burnt out or it's faulty. What is the chances of that on today's specs? It's very unlikely. What are the chances of you rewriting so you lose all the data where your drive wears out? As a normal user, you don't. And that's how you can have blazing fast speeds on a RAID 0 drive. So if you can't afford big SSDs like I can do, just get 3 cheap SSD disks of 1 terabyte each, about say 20 quid. You got 3 terabytes there automatically. Build one up in RAID 5 and use the other 2 terabytes on top of that. you've got a blazing fast SSD that you can read and write to, then you've got no loading errors. Because remember, Star Citizens, okay, it's all about loading from the SSD. Okay, I got no loading problems. You can do that in RAID Gen 4 or Gen 5. But I'm using AI. That's another kettle of fish. That's down to RAM. But I'm just showing you guys, I've been doing this RAM setup for the last 10 years, and I've not really been explaining it until today. Get 3 SSDs, identical, cheap ones if you want, for about 20 quid or 60 quid. That's 3 terabytes in total. You know what CIG is like. They've got the PTU, they've got the PU, they've got all this U, they've got all that U, and every type of U. You've run out of storage. And you've got to have a backup because your drive's going to lose your data. 3 cheap SSD, 3 terabytes, 1 terabyte or 500 megabytes just as a backup for RAID 5. And then you put the 2500 on RAID 0 on top of that. So if your RAID 0 breaks down, the RAID 5 will rebuild it back automatically. You're not going to lose your data. The only time you lose your data if your drive fails, mechanically fails, burn out. That's not going to happen. All right, unless Windows does something. Okay, I've been doing this years. I only ever lost my drive once because Windows had did something in there, what they call it, and burnt out my drive. That was on the 990, on the 960 Pro. I still got them 2 drives there till this day. But that, if it was a single drive, it would have happened the same way. And as you already well know, Windows has got a problem. Right, every time it writes to a drive, it disappears. My drive doesn't disappear. Every day, it wipes itself out. If I turn off the drive, it wipes itself out. But as you can see, I've got no loading screens. And this is where AI is now reborn. Secondly, I've got 2 graphic cards in there, the iGPU and the 5090. It's not set up here at the moment because I'm experimenting. The 5090 is just used to do all the rendering like SLI. And my iGPU, which is built into the processor and the motherboard, is what does the display. So I'm not using nothing. This is at the moment, it's a bit high, but like I said, just listen to the basics on that. I'm always saying, there's so much this PC's got, it's above its time in its future. It's all Gen 5 stuff. Just before the RAM shortage came in, alright, or the high price, did you know you could build a Gen 5 PC with everything Gen 5 for less than 1,000 quid and you didn't even need a graphics card? Yeah. Can you do that today? Well, like I said, you can't buy RAM now. Have I got this capped? Yeah, it's capped at 60. Oh, yeah, open up the bench for a bit there. Everything's all maxed out at the moment, and remember, I'm not doing hybrid, okay, and I am running in 8K. Oh, I did this before, something's capping it. I must have an extra fail-safe cap on this. I have had 300 frames per second out of this in 8K, and that is unbelievable because it's all down to the RAM speed, and my RAM was running at 9,200 mega transfers in Gear 4, but I wanted latency, so I put it back to Gear 2, and at the moment it can run at 9,000 mega transfer, but I've got it turned down to 8,600 mega transfer. But this PC was built for Star Citizens and AI, and also the Pimax Crystal running in 12K. Alright? In lab mode of 160. That's how far I went many years back until they didn't deliver. But that means I've had this PC there waiting for the Pimax. They are not coming out with the stuff we paid for, causing the PC to be dated. Next year, new specs coming in, and you still can't use it. But the Samsung Galaxy can do all of that, and you can use it, so you can get to understand. My PC was built for HDR, not SDR, old technology. This game, I repeat again, is not a sit-down cockpit game. You're going to be getting up, you're going to be running around rooms, you're going to be breaking TV, you're going to be breaking all your cookery, you're going to be suffering from heart attack, you're going to be running up and down, and hey, there's a thing called porthole now, you know what I mean, we call mixed reality. It's going to freak you out. IMAX can do all this, but it's in basic of the basics of the basics, okay? Remember, Pimax for Pimax for FS Flight Simulator is the #1 crop. But they can be #1, but they have to put certain things in there for Star Citizens to be able to adapt properly. And all you guys are rushing out, and you're rushing out buying the Pimax Crystal, and you say, wow, because your friends said it all. And all the content creators, they're going out and they're finding, oh, Pimax will give you this if you promote them that. And you know what, if you're giving you 10% and 15%, you're going to sell your backside. But you're not telling the people exactly what they need to know, because you are making money. If you're doing it for nothing, then you can give your fair example. Don't turn around and tell people you're not sponsored by any company. Alright? Even Star Citizens. Don't tell people you're not sponsored. CIG will give you free ships. If they're giving you free ships and you're advertising on there, everybody's going to watch your films. Everybody's going to watch your streams. So you get more. Okay? So don't tell people at the end of the day you are not sponsored. I am not sponsored, because they don't give me nothing, so I can give my fair opinion at the end of the day. But remember, I'm treading on a lot of toes here, alright? Because when I start there was a stutter loading screen, because when I start telling people this, that person's losing money. And when that person's losing money, oh, the shit's gonna hit the fan, alright? Because at the end of the day, we're all in it to make money. I'm not. I make my money differently. That's how I lost my Evo license, because I saw something, okay, and I said it wasn't right. So rather the man admit he did something wrong, he turned it around and said I was streaming videos illegally, but I wasn't. I was tired. If you've watched my videos, you can see I stream for 14, 15 hours working out bugs to make the programs work. But this particular day, if you look on this video, you'll check it out. All of my videos have got the same names, because I get so damn tired, and sometimes you miss things. But when you try to explain it, you've just broken the NDA rules. Accident. But anyway, that's gone now. I still play the game because I like it. But at the end of the day, you need the truth. You need to know where you stand. You need to be able to form an opinion without being prejudiced. I don't owe anybody anything, so I can speak openly. And at the day you want to know, can you do this? You will disagree with me. I get it. But you need somebody else to explain the same story. You know what I mean? It's a fucking good game, trust me. It's the best game and it's expensive. And the people that built this game, they are almost obsolete. And new people are coming in now. And this is what you've got. It's a bloody good game. This game wasn't like this 10 years ago. It wasn't like this 6 years ago. It's not a scam. Why? Because if it is, how are they going to feed the people? They have to make money. And when they're making money, they give you something back. But you need to know what it's costing you. Star Citizen is one of the most ambitious. It's true. It's the most expensive game you can ever have. Alright? Now don't turn around and say to me, well look, I just bought this shit for £3,000 and you're going to sell pixel and call me a friggin' idiot. No, that's not where the money is. This game burns 1,000 kilowatts a day. And I'm on it for 18 hours. That's 18 kilowatts. Okay, this game burns more than my electric car. 18 kilowatts of 18 hours. How much is that? You've got an electric heater, haven't you? Burn that for 1 hour, 1 kilowatt. Then you've got an idea. You won't have your electric heater heat up in one room. You see where I'm coming from? But my 5090, at the end of the day, believe it or not, if you tune it right, I can heat up my house. And guess what? I'm in the middle of winter. And at the moment, if you believe it or not, outside is about 8 Celsius. In my house, it's 29 Celsius. I'm in a freaking sauna room. I'm opening windows. I'm saving on free electricity here. You see where I'm coming from? Look, I got a 75-inch TV. Now, this is gonna blow your stinking mind. Listen very carefully. I got a 75-inch Samsung TV. Look it up. And what is the power consumption? 300 watts an hour. You heard right. Times that by 18 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a week, a year, by 7 to 10 years. And then tell me, is this game not one of the most expensive games to run? But if you buy a VR system now, like the Samsung Galaxy XR, or even the Pimax Crystal or the Quest, how much electricity is that using? You're only using 30 watts of electricity compared to 300 watts. Within 2 to 3 years, you can buy your VR for free. They don't tell you this shit. But if I mention something, you say, Pepper, shut the fuck up. Mind the bad language. You know what I mean? It's the truth. People listen to people and they don't know what they're getting themselves into. Okay? And you buy all these things, your electric bill's going up, you don't understand. But that's what you call number crunching. Is my mic coming through the comments? Oopsie daisies. I remember she's turning it off, but I don't know if she turned it back on, you see. Anyway, I'm going to park up this ship now. And I'm at 70 frames per second. And my PC's all maxed out. It's not fully maxed out, but you got an idea. I'm in native 8K, not 8K upscaling, and I'm not even doing DLSS because it's not working. Okay, it's not working. Don't let anybody kid, it's not working. Until CID does the smoothing on the Vulkan. Right. I've been running around in circles, you see. Remember, I've got a ship in there. You can't get in there. I was telling one of my colleagues this the other day, and he didn't take me seriously. He said, well, he's going to do that until, like I said, when them snipers come on there and start blowing up his ship, and you're on there, and you don't know about combat, you're going to piss off them intruders on your ship. You know where they are. You can prepare yourself. They're not going to blow your ship up because they have to get back home. And if they can't get back home, sooner or later, they have to backspace. You still got your ship. And you can rob them blind because they can't get back on your ship and get the shit. But I still haven't done nothing with the SRV. Then weapons will be used on my other ship, and when refueling repair comes in, they will be on the ships as spares. OR right, down to 30 frames. I've been messing with my settings, you see, so I'm going for the all-rounder. And also, you guys, when you're overclocking your PC, you don't need to overclock your graphics card. You need the redundancy on your processor, alright? Because that's where the latency and the lag comes in. And if it's not up to standards, okay, it will crash your PC. I can run my PC at 2.6 megahertz and I have a lag of roughly about 2 to 3 seconds. When I'm being stream sniped, I just switch it on. Engines on.
Engines on.
And I just reverse into them.
Collision alert. Front.
I've got the Polo. When I bought that ship, it wasn't a ship that I really wanted. And now I've got it. And it's in game and I'm not going to use it. I'm actually thinking of melting it. And buy the gun for the Icarus. But I've been told that you can only buy the gun with store credits.
Shields are off.
But I want the Bengal Carrier imitation when it comes out for £5 grand. And I'm not spending £5 grand in the game. Because my account's so messed up, I'm sure got a lot of dead ships in there that can buy that on store credits. But all my ships are practically LTI or not been released yet. I.e. the Endeavour, i.e. the Javelin, i.e. the whole E, i.e. the oh god, what's that old word? Well, that you know, but yeah, I got some big ships and I got a load of small ships I don't even need.
Auto drive is now on.
But my capital ships I will not be melting. And please, you guys, if you bought whole E, CIG made a mistake. They cannot stick to 32 SCU units. They can't stick to it because it'll be nerfing that ship in so many ways when it comes to base building and moving containers around. When I bought my whole E, I wanted to put the containers and have ships and rovers and things in there. According to CIG, that's not going to happen. They said it's because of the server problem. No, it's not. The old generation PCs were too slow. We're in Gen 5 now. And when those ships come out, they will be Gen 6. Okay? They can run the kitchen sink. When I still got Gen 4 on my PC, I can't even load
Drive is now off.
the 890 jump and the whole A on there. I can't. It will crash every time, and that ain't a slow PC. This is Gen 5. I'm running more than the kitchen sink in it. So at the end of the day, it's down to your PC. It's not that CIG doesn't know what they're doing. It's the guys, CIG's changed their policy. They're trying to make the game so you can run on a mobile phone. It won't work. It's false economy.
Auto drive is now on.
Look at my legs on that, 8K. They can make a heck of a lot more money. I was when I was young, when I had my business, I was dropping my prices. People said, "Don't do that. I'm selling good quality stuff. If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys." It's hard to explain, but it's true. You can run this game on the latest spec. Well, I'm not too sure now, but I'm not done number crunching. But just before the RAM shortage came in, the latest PC, Gen 5, all Gen 5 stuff, you could have, including power plant casings, a lot, for under £1,000. Why? Because you didn't need a GPU. All you needed was just a processor and a motherboard like a laptop. And RAM and a case and a power plant and an SSD. That will come to less than £1,000. But now it's about 2-3 grand just to even switch on the bloody computer. Because AI technology is now on. So I was just looking on this chat, see if anybody's coming up with anything new there. See, when I get my
Okay.
Samsung,
Looks like we have a space for you.
or what I'm doing with the mouse there, I'm going to be doing finger tracking. I won't be using move mouse pointers, you know, like you got the touch screens, but it's a pity that the Pimax won't be able to do this because they haven't got it worked out yet. They've had long enough. They showed demonstrations, but when it comes to these high pixels, they have to work out stability.
Shields are on.
And at the end of the day, it didn't have to be Pimax. It could have been the Oculus Quest. It could have been whatnot. But what I'm saying, the Pimax Crystal or the Pimax Stream, well, it's a Pimax Stream Air, was what I wanted. Okay? But remember, that's for FS4. They can make it #1. They have to put certain things in there so it can work with Star Citizens. And the content creators have to explain this at the end of the day, the practicality on why. I have to wait 1 full month before I can show you exactly what I mean. I spend extra on my internet so I can use HDR. I wanted more speed. I had to pay for it at the end of the day. It don't mean you can't use it. You can use it, but like I says, if you want top notch, okay, don't think because your friends told you this. You go into a shop and you say you want a high power computer. The man doesn't know what you want it for. You say you want it for Star Citizens. He's giving you, can it run Crises? Oh God! When I first saw Crises with Linus Test, you're taking a piss here. This is 8K. This game is expensive.
Collision alert. Halt. Automated docking initiated.
As you can see, I tried to play the game as original. You notice I didn't go in third person because that's not me. Let me say I won't play. Sometimes you got no choice. I'm trying to play the game as if the game was finished.
Docking complete. My engines are off.
And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to go in space and show you the life support on the bloody ship. Oh, why not? But I'm going to die. Want to prove a point? Nah, leave that for some other sucker. And then come back and tell me it don't work. I have to hold your hand while you go to the toilet with your willy there dangling. You don't know how to shake it, blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to be talking civilized. Not like a sick, perverted, what do I need? So I'm trying to multitask here. I like acting a goal. Oh boy. Why? At the end of the day, you guys, I didn't build this PC. All I did was get a screwdriver. My AI actually built this PC, told me what I needed and when I needed it. But it didn't tell me that the RAM was going to be out of date. I could have bought the RAM already. But now I've got to wait for the QD to come out. And it's nearly £3 I've got no choice. I have to get that RAM. It'll take me about 2 days to equip this ship. But I'm not going to because the new patch will be out. So I might go mess around with the I might go mess around with the I'll show you the Idris just in case you haven't seen it yet. And you'll see how far I go with my ships. And I'll say one thing, CIT did the right thing to come out with the Icarus before Squadron 42. Why? It's so if there's anything wrong with it, they can fix it. Okay? What does this mean? They have to do the same thing with the Javelin. I hope I see it this year. I'm not making that same mistake again.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, I've got redundancy. I can give it 60 frames back, I hope. It's cutting it fine. I had to turn down my settings because yesterday it was too bloody warm in here. The heat was ridiculous.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I'm actually looking at Star Citizens on my HDR and also on my SDR, and if you put them side by side you can literally see the difference. I can't wait to see it with OLED in with HDR. I've never liked these guns. Why? I'm a lazy sod.
Systems activating. Systems on. Systems off.
That's me done. I can now sign off for the day. I still didn't get the SRV out. No point me saying all these things and I can't deliver. It's not that. There's so much in the game. You can't plan to be Star Citizen because you don't know what's going to happen next. I've got guns on there which I want to show what they can do, but I've got to wait for the missions to come up. My eyes now need a rest, so I think I'm going to sign off now. And you guys, thanks for spending 4 hours with me, 5 hours or whatnot. It's much appreciated. Tomorrow, I'll be on again chatting shit as usual. I hope I made at least one subscriber today. Let's have a look if I did. 1 minute. I hope I made one at least. I like to make at least one a day now. Yes. I can't even see. I made one subscriber. So by Monday I should have 180.